Hello, it is Monday lunchtime. I'm on my lunch break, so I'm gonna make my lunch. I have one of those like HelloFresh things that I got last Tuesday and haven't cooked yet, so I'm gonna make it now and then have the leftovers for dinner. And I just realized I started this vlog right now and I didn't do my intro. So what's up, everyone? My name is Kelsey. Welcome back to my channel. My sound probably sucks because I can't really wear my mic while I do this, but you know, it is what it is. I'm hoping this meal is still good because I got it last Tuesday and it's now Monday. So I just hope the veggies aren't gross. Uh-oh, there's a little mold. I hope all of YouTube doesn't judge me for my deciding to eat this even though it's not great. All right, it's not terrible. So while I cook, I'm going to listen to my audiobook, so I guess I should tell you what I'm listening to. I'm listening to The Glass Castle by Emily St. John Mandel. Her book, Station 11, is one of my favorite books of all time. So I picked this one up. It's her newest. It just came out this year. And I'm like a third of the way through it, and it's very, very different than Station 11. It's like more contemporary, I guess. But she's just a great writer. The writing is beautiful. And one of the things I love about Station 11 is the way she weaves all these different stories together. And I feel like that same thing is happening now. There are quite a few perspectives, and I just can't wait to see how they all overlap.
Vincent left land on a bright blue day with clouds like popcorn in August 2013.
It always takes me like double the time they say on the card to actually make the meal because I'm a slow cook and I'm not great at multitasking. So, you know, the directions are like, while this is cooking, do this. And I'm incapable of that. So, because I only have 10 minutes left in my lunch break, I have to eat pretty quickly and I can't eat and read at the same time. So I'm just gonna watch True Blood. Wow, this lighting is god-awful. So I only have a few seconds to do this update. I think I'm running my dishwasher and it's very loud. This afternoon has been long. I had to work late and I haven't done any reading since lunch, my audiobook. I had to do like a meeting for a group project. I'm taking a college class and thank God this project is over. I mean, it wasn't terrible, all things considered, but you know that like relief when there's like something huge looming for weeks? Damn it, the dishwasher. I think my dishwasher is done. So, I was just talking about how I haven't had any time to read today, but I just spent 20 minutes waiting for my dishwasher to finish running, and instead of reading, I was scrolling through Twitter. So, that sucks. I told you I was reading The Glass Castle earlier, the audiobook, but I never actually said what it was about, and I really can't. I don't have a good way to summarize it, but it all centers around this glass hotel nestled in the middle of like a remote island in British Columbia. So, following multiple perspectives over long periods of time, similarly to Station 11. So right now I'm going to read Truthwitch by Susan Dennard, and I'm reading this for the Book Push Book Club. I'm about, let's see where I'm at right now, page 53. So I'm on page 53 right now, and it's okay. It's taking me a while to get into it. There's a lot of information presented right at the beginning of this book, and I'm also having trouble distinguishing between the two female characters, Safi and Isolde, I think are their names, and it's just, there's nothing very different between their narrative voices when we're switching their perspectives, so I keep mixing them up. Like, I can't remember who is who. It's getting a little better now that we're up to page 50, and we just introduced a new character, Merrick or something. So hopefully, like, they get more distinguishable as time goes on, and that'll make it a little easier. But right now, I'm mostly confused. So, I plan to read for the rest of the night before I go to bed, and hopefully, let's see, what time is it? It's almost 10. So, I'll probably get a good, 60 pages in before I fall asleep, if I can get myself to stay off Twitter. And I probably won't check in again until tomorrow. So, I'll see y'all then. What's up? It is Tuesday, once again at lunchtime, because I never wake up early enough to film before work. Let's see, right now I'm going to make my lunch and head outside to read. It's like almost 70 degrees outside, and I'm desperate for sunshine and, vitamin D and serotonin. So that's what we're gonna do. I read a whole 6 more pages of Truthwitch before I went to bed last night, but I'm right past a serious action scene, and it was great. The action sequence was really good, so it got me a lot more invested in the book. So we'll see how it goes from here. Yesterday I did this really elaborate lunch, and it took forever. So today I'm having cereal. Once I'm done with lunch and enjoying my time outside, I just have to work for the rest of the day, and then hopefully go for another walk and get some more reading done, even though I still have homework to do as well. So I also have to edit. Shit. God knows how much reading I'm going to get done today. But I'll probably update you all before I go to bed, so see you then. Evening on Tuesday. I don't even know why I'm filming this update because I barely read anything. But while I made dinner, I was listening to my audiobook, The Glass Castle, and it's going really well. I'm 60% into it, and it's due back in the library in 3 days. And it's an audiobook, so it will automatically return in 3 days. So I'm powering through it. I don't know what it is about Emily St. John Mandel, but she makes me give a shit about characters within 5 paragraphs, because this book there are a couple of primary characters whose perspectives you follow, but then randomly throughout you'll also get perspectives of people that interact with our main characters, so you kind of see them too. She's just so good at making characters feel so real within just a little bit of text. So I'm interested to see where it goes. If it gets more, I was expecting more fantastical elements than is happening now. There was a bit at the very beginning that felt very, fantastical, and it just hasn't happened since, really. And I'm interested to see where it comes back into play, how it's all going to come together. So that one's going well. I read 20-ish pages, I think, of Truthwitch during my lunch break, and I'm getting much more into that, so that's good. Safi and Azalt have just, how far is too far to say anything about the plot? Safi and Azalt are not joined at the hip right now, so it's easier to keep their characters straight. I think part of the problem was Safi and Azalt were constantly talking about each other and each other's feelings and minds, so I could never tell who was the narrator talking about themselves and who the other character was that they were talking about. I don't know. But now that they've split up, I'm finding it easier to keep track of them. And we're getting more into the plot. I do feel like it took me a while to get a feel for what the plot is even going to be. I'm past page 70 right now. So tonight I ate dinner and I watched a few episodes. No, I watched 1 episode of Roswell while I had dinner, and I'm garbage for that show. It's CW trash, but I love it so much. If you ever like the Vampire Diaries, you should try Roswell. And I will say that Roswell is a little better quality. There's definitely more depth in Roswell than the Vampire Diaries ever had, but it's got that same melodrama going on, which I just love. I also edited a video, my Sapphic female recommendations part 2. So that's going up tomorrow. It'll already be up by the time this vlog goes up, so I'll link it up above. I mean, I went for a walk, but it was kind of gray by the time I got out there. That always happens, that it's beautiful during the day while I have to work, and then 5:30 rolls around and it looks like it's gonna storm. I actually am reading one more book that I didn't mention earlier because I haven't picked it up in a few days. I think I'm more interested in I have to finish The Glass Castle, and I want to finish Truthwitch before the end of the month because supposedly there will be like some kind of live show for the book club, but everything has been kind of thrown out of whack with all the, shutdowns, etc. But the other book I'm reading is called Out of Practice, and I cannot remember the author's name, but it's an arc of an adult female-female romance, and it's about this woman who's a lawyer taking her first vacation in years, and another woman, two perspectives, who is a wedding blogger, and the two end up at the same, like, really exclusive high-end resort, and that's pretty much where I'm at. Like, they've just arrived at this resort. The writing's good so far. I mean, we'll see where it goes. I'm not far enough into it to say whether it's good or bad at this point. So right now, I'm going to finish up a little bit more homework, and then I'm going to get in bed and read more Truthwitch. Hopefully faster than I've been reading it. Hopefully I can keep myself off of Twitter. Why? Nothing is even happening right now. Why do I keep scrolling through it? I'll see y'all tomorrow. What is today? What are days anymore? It's Wednesday night. This is the first update I've done today. It's been very busy. I worked some overtime, and I was very tired and angry, so I didn't film an update earlier. But I hope you enjoy that cat content, because I think I took like 4 videos of my cats today, so enjoy that. I did listen to quite a bit more of my audiobook while I showered and made dinner, and it's really good. She's just such a good writer, and I can't spoil anything, but she's writing about topics that are generally not interesting to me at all. Like, there's some finance and like economic collapse that I just should not give a shit about, but she's making it compelling, so that's impressive. I'm only on, let's see where I'm at. Oof, page 86 of Truthwitch. That's actually not terrible. That's like almost a fourth of the way through. I plan to read some more of that before I fall asleep tonight. Hopefully tomorrow doesn't suck as much. Hopefully I don't have to work late, but actually, because I was so pissed off today, I didn't do any of the homework I was supposed to do, so I'm gonna have to do that tomorrow now too. That sucks. But I should have time to read on my lunch break, and if I'm less angry, I work faster, so hopefully I'll have more time to read once I'm done with all the homework shit I have to do. So I guess, like, in summary, today sucked, and hopefully tomorrow will be better. See you then. It is Friday. Yeah, Friday. I didn't update at all yesterday because it was just a bad day. I just had a terrible day at work, and I worked for so long, and it was just not great. So, an update on my reading. I finished The Glass Castle audiobook, and it was really good. I ended up giving it 4 stars for all the reasons that are already mentioned. I just love the way Emily St. John Mandel makes all the stories come together and somehow made super compelling personal stories out of shit that I do not care about at all. Like, a big chunk of this book is about the 2008 recession and market crash. Hold on. Pretend my house isn't trash. And if I had been told that before I started it, I probably wouldn't have read it. But that's not all the book's about. It follows like several timelines throughout the whole book, And I don't know, it was just really good. I mean, if I had to pick one Emily St. John Mandel, it would be Station 11. If you want to read her work, I would start with that one because I love it so much more. Like 5 stars, hands down. I will reread Station 11. Let's see. I am like 130 pages into Truthwitch. I don't know, I just think it's okay. I don't really have much to say about it. I feel like the story is really convoluted at this point, and there are so many different things happening. And Safi, I don't know, I'm just like not really attached to any of the characters, and that's kind of a must-have for me to like a book. But I don't dislike it, so I'm still working on it. What else am I reading? I'm about to go for a walk because it's very nice outside. It's almost 70 degrees and it's sunny, and I had another really bad day at work, so we're just gonna enjoy the weather. So I'm gonna start another audiobook. I have Charlie Hernandez and the League of Shadows, which is a middle grade book that I just stumbled across. It was available to listen now from my library. And it's about this boy who has like heard all these stories about Latin American folklore growing up, so he has a lot of knowledge about it, and there's some sort of adventure that him and his crush go on, and he starts to develop powers like that in one of the stories his grandmother told him. So it sounds interesting. I'm gonna give it a shot. I'm trying to read more middle grade. And when I get home, I'm eating dinner. I'm already really hungry, but I know if I eat now, I won't want to get up again. I'm also hopefully, the cabinets in this house just don't stay shut. Hopefully attending a live show tonight for Maddie at the Book Pushers channel, so that should be fun. That is if I get enough of my homework done, because I mean, I don't want to say that I procrastinated, but I procrastinated a little bit on this paper because it's due on Sunday, and I probably should have started it on Wednesday, but I did not. So tonight I have to do all the research for it and create my outline so that I can write it tomorrow and proofread it on Sunday. That's the plan anyways. All right, I'll probably update you later. What's up? It is Saturday afternoon. I said I was going to update yesterday after I did my homework, but I did not. So here we are. It's really windy outside, so I brought my mic out and hopefully you can hear me okay. But it is like 75 degrees out and sunny. So I want to spend some time outside. So I'm hoping I can get a couple hours out here before it gets too cloudy or rainy. And then I'll have to head inside and do my homework again. I mean, realistically, I should be doing my homework first, but it's so nice out, I don't want to do it. So on my walk yesterday, I started my new audiobook, which the name I can't remember right now, but I have mixed feelings about it so far. I'm about an hour into it, and I think it's Charlie Hernandez and the League of Shadows, but I don't know. I think it might be a narrator issue because when I think about the words separate from the audiobook, they're not so bad, but when I'm listening to the audiobook, the way he's describing other characters like bodies and stuff is making me really uncomfortable because it feels really mean. Like there's a teacher he describes as having huge gorilla hands, and there's a mean girl at his school that he describes as having like a huge muscly body that even boys would be jealous of or something, and it's just making me uncomfortable to hear someone talk about 11-year-olds that way. Like, I don't know. But the premise of the story is interesting and cute. I mean, kind of sad too. So it's a mystery where Charlie's house has burned down and his parents have gone missing. So he is trying to find clues to track them down, and at the same time, he's sort of developing like animal features, like something from one of his grandmother's legends. So he's panicking about that. I didn't read any more of Truthwitch last night because I spent a couple hours watching The Evil Dead for Booathon by Maddie the Book Pusher, and then I was at that live show till like midnight, and then I had to go to sleep, which I didn't even fall asleep for 2 more hours, but it is what it is. I've been having a really hard time sleeping lately. There's already bugs all over my stuff. How? So right now, I'm going to read more of Truthwitch. I'm at the same place I was the last time I updated you. So we'll see how this goes. What's up? It is actually editing Kelsey here. I went through the footage of this vlog and realized that I never actually closed an outro or did an outro for this video, so here I am doing it now. It's actually a week after my last update. It's the following Sunday. It's Mother's Day. But on the plus side of that is that I didn't actually finish Truthwitch until yesterday, so now I can give you full thoughts instead of just leaving a book half finished at the end of a vlog. So, Truthwitch. I gave it 3 stars. And I don't know, I have a lot of mixed feelings. Like, I ended up sort of getting into Safi and Azalt's, like, bond or whatever, but it took me a while to get into that. And I just really genuinely hate Merrick, and I didn't want to read about him anymore. Every time we got to his perspective chapters, I just wanted to roll my eyes and like skim through them really quickly. I just didn't care about him at all, and even by the end of the book, I didn't really care about anything that happened to him. So that kind of made it hard to enjoy. I do think like the fight scenes, the like hand-to-hand combat scenes were really good and really well written and engaging, but like the big plot heavy, not even plot heavy, the big fight scene at the end that's like kind of massive, involving a whole city scale, I didn't like it. I thought it was boring. So really there was like I didn't feel any escalation of danger, and that made it really hard to get invested. The saving grace of this book though is Aiden. I think that's how you say it, his name, Aiden. And I just love him a lot. He is such a dick, but in like an endearing way. I don't know, that's probably just me. He's so petty. There's this scene where he's like really upset with this super rich guy in some kind of castle-like thing, and he like takes this petty pleasure in leaving mud all over the floors, and I aspire to that level of petty. But yeah, I was pretty neutral about Safi and Azalt, and I really hated Merrick. Like, just thinking about Merrick makes me angry, and he's just so... Hold on, I actually wrote notes. Let's see. Macho, posturing, stoic bullshit is what I wrote down. And he seriously doesn't communicate with anyone about anything. And there's like a major plot point that could have totally been avoided if Merrick would just fucking talk to anyone. Tell anyone his plans or ideas, his problems would be solved. So, 3 stars. I'm not gonna go out and buy the next book immediately, but I'm not taking it off the table. I guess we'll just see. We'll see how it goes if I find it cheap again. I actually got Truthwitch for cheap at a used bookstore. I think it was only $6. I also, though, this week finished Felix Ever After, which I already made a little aesthetic for him, put it on my Twitter if you want to go check that out. And I loved it. 5 stars, hands down. I think I'm going to do a whole reasons to read video, one of those style, for this book, just because I adored it so much, and there are so many good things happening that make it a worthwhile read, so I think it's worth a whole video. All right, I am really tired, so I think I'm going to wrap this up. I spent, like, Thursday, I just got the sudden urge. I was just sitting, doing my work, and I thought to myself, I should rearrange my living room. And the thought would not leave me. So that very night, I started rearranging things, and it's been 4 days, and I've rearranged 2 rooms in my house. And whenever I rearrange things, I also deep clean things. So I'm just, tired and dusty. Oh wait, I also want to mention that when we left off, I was reading the audiobook for Charlie Hernandez in the League of Shadows. I hope I'm not mixing up the character's name and the author's name. That would be awkward. But I ended up DNFing it because I just really cannot get over the narrator. I think it's just the way the narrator is speaking, but I can't deal with the way the main character is talking about other people's bodies and looks. Like, I just can't deal with it. So I'm open to trying the physical book, but I'm not going to seek it out. All right, that's it. That's all I got. Hopefully you enjoyed this vlog. It just felt like it was time for another one. Let me know what you thought of any of these books. If you hate me now that I didn't like Truthwitch, I'm sorry. If you like this video, hit like. If you want to see more, subscribe. I post book-related videos every Wednesday. If you want to keep talking, you can find me on Twitter or Instagram at Kelsey Reads or Goodreads at Kelsey Lynn Reads. Otherwise, I'll see you next week.